Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day so far. I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? It's Friday. I hope you're all having an amazing Friday so far. Before I get into this video, I just want to say I do have a little giveaway going on at the minute. I will leave it all linked down below. It's on YouTube. Feel free to head on over there to enter. And second of all, before I do start, I have had to take my kitten to the vet this morning and she hates it. She goes psycho, and unfortunately this time she decided to attack me. So when I'm going through my bullet journal, just ignore the state of my hand. It has been ragged to hell. She's fine, she's doing good, she just hates the vet, so ignore that. I have been attacked, but it was only by my kitten, don't worry. But just like the title says, I am actually going to be going through my bullet journal so far. I have only recently started doing it this year. I've never done it before. I'm pretty bad at it, I'm not gonna lie, but I absolutely love doing it, and hopefully I will get better at it. And from what I'm aware, a lot of people really enjoy bullet journaling, so I thought I would just show you guys mine. Let's get into it. But before I start, I'm not actually too sure how I would describe a bullet journal, but basically this is the name of mine. I am not going to try and pronounce it, I have no idea. And this is kind of like the standard bullet journal, but this is basically just the standard bullet journal that the majority of people use. I believe that this was £15-ish. You can get them off Amazon, eBay. I think this was from Raymond's or something, but I did get this as a gift off my boyfriend. But they're basically just little journals, but as you can see, this is dotted paper and they come with the numbers at the bottom, and you basically just make your own diary or your own journal. It can be used for anything really. People put to-do lists in here, people put their habit trackers in here, they put their actual work schedule, anything. So you could pretty much use it for absolutely anything. So I just wanted the plain black one. Black is one of my favourite colours, so I just had to pick up the plain one. I like things to be quite plain like that, and I just thought I would give it a go. I didn't have my hopes up because I thought I'm probably going to ruin this, but I just thought I would give it a go. So let me know down below if you are into bullet journaling, or if it is something that you do, something that you've just started, something you're interested in, or if you've been doing bullet journaling for so long. As I go through it, you will notice if you are a huge bullet journalist. That makes sense. Either way, some of these pages might look familiar. I have took a lot of inspiration from Pinterest because I didn't have a clue what I was doing, so not a lot of these things in here were my idea. Just a little disclaimer. So if you want to see inside my bullet journal, just keep watching. I do apologise if any of this goes out of focus or off camera, blah blah, but so this is it, just the plain black one. Again, ignore my hand. So when we open it, I've not filled this in because it doesn't really leave my home, but I've just got my name. Then I have a little content bit, which is quite cool. So it comes with this little bit so you can put the pages or what is going on that page, which I think is quite cool. So I've just got roughly what I've got there. These I haven't used. Then I started with 2018, so I put all the months and then realised it doesn't bloody fit. So I had to then go on to a different page, which was a little bit of annoying. And it took me quite a while to get used to these dots. Which is a little bit strange. It's not something I am that used to, but I just put all the months out, and then I just put some yellow, orange and green. Again, I don't use anything overly expensive pen wise, I just use any fine liners or felt tips I can find. And yeah, this is what I did so far. I think it looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. It just irritates me a little bit that it goes onto this side, and as you can see, I buggered it up a little bit there, which really frustrates me. That's the only bad thing about these, is if it goes wrong, it's just got to stay there, and I cannot deal with that. So I'm not too sure what could go here, but just for now, I have done the year overview. So the first few pages are actually related to the year in general. So let me just pop that back. So I saw this on Pinterest and it gave the writing a go. It's just a bucket list goals for 2018. I don't usually set some New Year's resolutions, but I usually have something that I would like to accomplish. So here I've got the fact I want my arm tattooing, I want to be able to focus on my artwork, actually complete a bullet journal. I'm doing a nail technician course, so I thought that'd be quite cool to actually become qualified. I want to invest in a really good camera for my YouTube. Hit 3,500 Instagram followers if possible. Hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers. This is unfortunately quite important right now because of the whole partnership program being taken off smaller creators, but anyway, I want to go away with the family, which is booked. I want to go away with Alex, which would be quite nice. Blog more, save more money, and fall back in love with the gym, which I actually have. So doing quite well so far. So that is my little goals of the year. Okay, then moving on to the next. Again, I pinched this off Pinterest. We'll start with this page. I'm terrible at saving money, so I saw this little saving jar that people do, and I would like to be able to save £200 a month at least. And when we get to that month, I'm just going to give it a little colour, so by the end I should have this much. Yeah, and I just think this is a good idea. I use the gold because, like, gold coins and stuff, I don't know, I just thought it looked quite cool. Stuck to quite basic theme there with the black and the gold. Then on this side I just have my monthly payments. For some reason 2 of my payments haven't gone through yet, so that's why they've not been coloured in, and I have moved on to February. And then I'm using this blank space at the bottom to go on just some unplanned or unexplained payments, which is quite good. So yeah, I really like this page. I think it looks quite cool, so that is my little money kind of spread. Then turning over, I actually did a TV shows, Netflix and chill, because I love my American style TV shows, or just TV shows in general on Netflix, but I don't really have that much time to watch them. Some things I'm already through, some things I've started the season and then just stopped watching, so I thought this would be quite a good way to keep where I'm up to and stuff. So I started with Friends because it went on Netflix in New Year. Didn't realise how many seasons it was, so that's kind of a bit of a waste of a full page, but oh well. And as you can see, I'm already more than halfway through, which is quite bad, but the episode's like 20 minutes long, so that's fine. And then I was watching Riverdale at one point. It is a bit exaggerated, it's a bit extreme, but it is quite good. It's quite an easy watch, so I'd like to pick that up at some point. Shadowhunters, it's quite shit, I'm not gonna lie, but I love it. I don't know why. I love the books, so I think it's just nice because it's something different for me to watch. Grimm, my boyfriend and I love watching. I'm pretty sure we're on season 6, but I'm not too sure, so that needs filling in. So I don't know, I just thought it was quite cool to keep a track of what I've been watching, and also if this gets majorly full, I can use other pages, and it'll also give me an idea of how much TV I'm actually watching. Okay, so next, moving on to page 8, I just have movies to watch. This hasn't really been filled in much. I don't really have the time to sit down and watch a full film, which is kind of frustrating, but I do have some of my favourite films on the list and some films that I would like to watch. For example, Pride and Prejudice I've seen about 950 times, but then there's things like Zootopia, which is a Disney film I haven't seen yet, so I'm just going to fill that bit by films that I would like to see this year. So that is what that page is. When I have seen them, I will just be colouring it in or highlighting it. You might be able to see there's quite a lot of kid films on there, so that's what this page is going to be for. Okay, so next, this is kind of a little bit depressing, so I do apologise, but this is actually a mood tracker. I'm not a fan of how the page looks. I feel like the green and the thick black looks awful, but it's done, and basically I've got all of the months here across the top and all of the pages, all of the days along the bottom, and I'm just filling in how I felt on that specific day. January was not a good month for me. I wasn't in the best mood. I was very sick at the start of the year. I just wasn't in the best place. I don't know, I just think January was a bit shit. I worked all the time, so that's why the colours aren't that great. So just got a little key here of what each colour means, and then I saw this quote on Pinterest or Google, Instagram, something like that, just says sunshine mixed with a little hurricane, which is quite a good description of me. I can be really bubbling out there, but I'm also a bit of a stroppy mare at times, so I thought that was really cool, and it'd be nice to actually see how I felt on specific days. Or for example, this day it says I was feeling quite loving, quite productive. I know full well Alex was home, and yeah, I just had a really good day. So I think it's just good to track your mood, especially if you suffer from mental health issues. This is just a really good way of keeping on track of that. So next, again, this is for the full year in general. This is obviously the start of January. I hate this, but I'll get onto this in a second. I adore reading books. I love reading, but I just don't have the time. I never have the time, so this is something I can hopefully focus on this year. So I've just got books to read. Again, saw it on Pinterest, did a little bookcase idea, and so far the things on my reading wish list are Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I would like to read the full Harry Potter collection again, and then I currently have Playing with Fire, which is a book I'm currently reading, so I would like to fill this with all the books I would love to read this year, and then once I've read them I will just colour them in. And yeah, I just think it looks quite cute to actually lay it out like a little bookcase. Thought it was a really good idea, and again, I can actually keep track of what I'm reading, so hopefully that will get filled in because I would love to read more. Then coming to this page, I hate this page. It's so boring. I just didn't know what to do with it, so I just thought I'd write January. Then it just says this is the beginning of anything you want. Again, it was a little quote I saw online, and then I've just done the month in general, but I just hate it. I just think it looks plain, it looks rubbish, but again, I'm just getting used to it, playing around with different fonts, playing around with different styles, but unfortunately it just wasn't how I wanted it to look in the end. But oh well, bit of practice, hopefully next year it'll be better. Then we turn to the next few pages. This was my original plan, to have Monday to Sunday written out with what I do, and then notes. So here I just put still very sick towards the end of the week, getting better, and what I did, overall work hours and how much I got paid. And as you can tell, I didn't fill it in. I completely gave up. Like, this was supposed to be the rest of the month, and I just didn't like it. I have an actual planner that looks like this, so my work diary, so this just didn't really get used. I thought it was a bit of a waste of a few pages really. So yeah, I'm just getting used to it, like I said, but I unfortunately didn't like that layout in the end, so it has just been left. So we will move on from that. So next, I just have this plain page. I'm not too sure what to put on it yet, but again, I can always go back. Then this is one of my favourite pages. But at the same time, again, it's pretty depressing because it just shows you what you just haven't done. So I've just put January 2018 daily task tracker, and this is for January. So I've got tasks like awake by 7:30, if I post on Instagram, if I've done my bullet journal, random things. And then towards the end, I was running out, so I ended up with wash hair, wash makeup brushes, and shave, which is very odd. So a lot of the things I did do, a lot of the things I didn't do. As you can see, I pretty much shower nearly every day, apart from when I've been sick or something. Coaching, I was off right at the start of the year, so basically I'm a coach for my job, so that was for New Year. And then apart from that, I only had 2 days off in January, which is not good at all. So looking at this, it makes me realise specific things like I've been drinking enough, but I am terrible when it comes to doing the dishes. I barely ever do them, but then at the same time I need to take some time off work, things like that. I just think this is a really good idea. Keeps you motivated, and it just makes me want to fill it in so much more next month. So this will be something that will be a current theme throughout my entire bullet journal. So next is actually the January deep clean. This was an idea I had, and it's just kind of fallen apart because I've put to be done at least once a month, which is completely fair enough, but I do these things on so many different days and then I forget if I've done it. So it just doesn't really work. I suppose if I set aside one day to just completely gut the flat, then it would work, but to be honest, I think it needs to be more dated, so kind of a bit like this. It just didn't really work, to be fair, and I kind of just left it. I could always go back, I suppose, or maybe try and change it up a little bit in February. So yeah, it's just got each room, which obviously isn't finished. I've got a few more rooms, and then what needs doing in that room. For example, bedroom, need fresh bedding, clean all the surfaces, tidy the shoe area, put the clothes away, bed made, hoovered, things like that. But again, some of these things get done daily, some don't get done that often, so it just didn't get completed, so we'll move on from that one. So next is actually one of my favourite pages so far. I made this on the 1st of February, which was actually one of my most productive days of the year so far. I'm not a huge lover of Valentine's Day, but just thought I'd tie it into the February month. Just did some geometric hearts. Again, I think I must have seen this on Pinterest. Yeah, and then just tried out some calligraphy fun, and I really like it. I'm quite happy with it. It's simple, but you get the idea. So that is a nice fresh start for a nice good month. Hopefully positive vibes and all that. Okay, then turning over, I thought instead of wasting all those pages doing a weekly layout, I would just do a monthly layout with a little key and what I would like to do down the side. So for example, little green squares mean when a YouTube video needs to go live, or the X's mean when I've been away from home, things like that. So hopefully this will be a little bit better. It looks a lot cleaner, it's not wasting any pages. Then on this side, I've got some goals. I need to write goals here. Again, this was on Pinterest, this layout. I didn't come up with this. So I'd like to be able to tweet at least 5 times a day, 2 blog posts a month, a minimum of 3 Instagrams, just things like that. So I thought that is a bit neater, makes my head feel a bit more clear. So I'm going to give this layout a go instead. Then I have got to these 2 pages, which I love, similar font to my bucket list. Yeah, I thought I'd give that a go. So different ideas for my YouTube blog, Instagram. I'm not too sure what I could put here, but just to make myself feel a little bit more organised. If I'm running out of ideas, I can just refer to this page. So I do need to fill this in, but I thought that'd be quite nice to just, you know, a bit like a brain dump. I can just put some ideas down here. If I don't use them, it's not the end of the world. And then I'm back to my daily tracker. I've put this right near the start this time instead of right at the end, because I will be filling more pages in. And so far, even though it doesn't look like I was that productive, I was very productive. I got a lot of things done. I'm trying to get up every single day really early. and been working out more, so hopefully this will be filled in quite a lot more this month. So yeah, I think that is everything, you know. Let me just double check. Oh, I've got birthdays at the back, which just didn't work. I just ended up giving up with it. And this is just some goals, no, not goals, goodies and treats that I would like to purchase this year. But apart from that, that's all I'm up to at the minute. It's quite empty. It's not the best bullet journal I've ever seen at all. I'm just getting the hang of it. And I do really enjoy it. I do pick it up every single day, but I do think I need to get more into the hang of it so I can fill in more pages and have different ideas. But that is just my basic layout so far. So let me know what your favourite page is. I think this one has to be mine so far, or the daily task trackers. But yeah, that's my entire bullet journal. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, if you haven't, go and enter my giveaway. I will leave it linked down below. There is still a couple of days left to enter, so it will be fab to have someone win something really cool. That is everything. Let me know, like I said, down below if you do bullet journaling or if you would like to begin. That would be quite nice to know as well. And that is everything. Please give it a massive thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and subscribe if you are not. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!